Hi, before we start, I want to share with you something I've learned about how we learn. And basically, if we find what we're doing relatable, we're more likely to take it in. If we're relaxed, we're more likely to absorb the information. But one of the key things is if when we're revising, we just highlight our work, the worksheets that we've, or textbooks, we create a memory, and then we have another book on the same subject and we highlight that one as well. And we're making that memory stronger. And then we highlight a third textbook on the subject and we're making that memory stronger still. So then we're sat in our exam and there's a question, and our brain is kind of dashing around trying to find this piece of information. And the odds of it finding it are small. It's only got this one place to go to where it will find it. However, if we use multiple different revision techniques, so for example, we do some revision, we make a mind map, we watch a YouTube video, we perhaps listen to an audio presentation about it, we write our own notes, we perhaps create a game or play some games associated with it. A list of options are numerous, but each time we do one of these different tasks, we're creating a new memory. So now when we're sat in the exam and we're kind of thinking, panic, instead of just having one place to go to, our brain now has multiple places to go to where it can find that piece of information. So the odds of it being able to find it is actually far greater, which is why when our kids are revising, if we can encourage them to use multiple different revision techniques rather than just fixating on one, and encourage them to use multiple colours, potentially 5 or more, they're far more likely to be able to recall the information when needed. But we all have our own techniques as well, which will suit us best. So try and encourage them to do things which they will enjoy, because and even if they only sit down for say 5 minutes to do something, the odds are it's the effort of actually getting started which is kind of like the hindrance initially. So I say, look, just go watch a YouTube clip for 5 minutes. At least you'll have done something today. And very often once you're sat down, it's a 10-minute video, and so you'll watch it to the end. Okay, that was quite interesting, not too bad. So tomorrow I feel a bit more inspired to do a bit more, and encourage just tiny bits, because often those tiny bits will get going. And if you do have the sort of child that rather than having to encourage them to do tiny bits, you're having to encourage them to actually just take a 10-minute break, perhaps set a timer for them or something and say, okay, go and do it for half an hour, whatever it is, come back down and have a drink or something, and then go and start again. But you must take breaks, because overstudying in some respects is just as unproductive as understudying. So don't know whether they're two official words, but hopefully you get what I mean. But the key thing is use multiple different revision techniques. And so we are creating multiple different places in our brain, and encourage our children to learn it, because as adults, if we didn't enjoy something, we probably wouldn't bother with it. So our children feel exactly the same way. So encourage them to find a method that they enjoy, use multiple techniques, multiple colours, and hopefully they can find a method that makes it inspiring to them. And I hope that these revision sheets prove to be useful.